Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Last time we made our first maiden voyage. Jedediah launched directly off of this platform high into the sky and didn't quite make it into space because he's a little prick. Just a little prick who can't do anything. That is the scientist area. Wrong one. Research and development. There we go. We got some new pieces from Engineering 101. A cockpit, a science thing, a communicatortron, and a stack decoupler. It's great. Anyway, we are now going to use all of that stuff to create a new rocket that will bring Jedediah deep into space. What is this? Oh, is this a mission area? It is mission control. Welcome to mission control. Please make a selection. Oh. Okay, so we can apparently take missions. I didn't know this. Look, I've never played this campaign before. Anyway, what do we need? Escape the atmosphere as a mission. Administration says that legally we cannot call ourselves a space program without actually going to space. That is pretty accurate, I would say. Breach atmosphere by flying a vessel to an altitude of 70,000 meters to achieve this goal. I can do that. And what is this? Gather scientific data from Kerbal. In the aftermath of sudden combustion, a group of clerks at Kerbal, world's first record-keeping society, realizes that it seemed awesome that we clearly couldn't come up with our next move, so this is why we're here. Give us a quick crew report before launching. It's fine if any of the lights on the control panel are flashing. Just give it a swift kick. Recover and transmit any science experiment data from Kerbal to achieve this goal. Accepted. We shall do these things and we shall fly Jedediah high into the sky. Here we go. Our goal today is to break atmosphere. Break atmosphere? Just get to space. I guess it's the same thing technically. Okay, what do we have? We don't have any new parachute, which is concerning because I can't really fit that parachute on the Mark 1 cockpit, so it's gonna have to be the Mark 1 command pod. That's it. Boom. There it is. So, we're gonna have to put... It's gonna be a very similar design to the last one. We want a Mark 16 parachute, which is great. And then we need an engine. We're going to do... All we have is a solid fuel booster, which is unfortunate, but it's gonna have to be used. And we put a stack decoupler here and attach another booster to it. And I don't know, what else? What else are we gonna do? We need some wings. That's about all that we need afterwards. Let's do angle snap and put some wings right on this bad boy. Basic fins everywhere. This is a rocket to be remembered. Not really. It's a rocket to be forgotten very quickly, I would imagine. It's not amazing. It's pretty lame, actually. It's probably the saddest rocket I've seen in a long time. I would rate it as probably the 7th of the worst rockets ever created. And we'll put a communicatortron on there in the event that we accidentally strand them in orbit. It's bound to happen eventually. And by it's bound to happen, I mean it's definitely going to happen at some point. We just have to accept that. There we go. And we got the staging right. 0, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Perfect. What will our spacecraft be called? It'll be called the Double Stack Supreme. And for some reason, I've capitalized the first 2 letters of every word. There, the Double Stack Supreme. Look at that ship. That is the greatest ship you have ever seen. If you ever think you've seen a greater ship, get out. Okay, we're going to launch this guy. Jedediah? Jedediah Kerman, the greatest space adventurer in the history of Kerbal Space Program, is about to launch himself high into the sky. Can we get a countdown? 3, 2, 1. Godspeed, Kerman. Here we go. Okay, we need to launch this up to the point that we run out of fuel. Then we'll decouple it. Commence stage 2. We have officially reached stage 2 of the operation. We are attempting to angle slightly. I believe that we have reached significantly higher than we did before, which is saying something. Jedediah Kerman appears to be enjoying himself. Altitude record of 11.5 kilometers. That's good. We're still going upwards. As soon as we get to the height, we're actually going to use our mystery goo containment unit, because last time we didn't. Slightly awkward. We had it on there and we never used it. What we're going to do is observe the mystery goo. Jedediah Kerman is actually going to stick his head out of the cockpit and examine the mystery goo to see what happens to be going on in there. And if it happens to be doing anything particularly unusual, then, you know, there we go. I mean, that's science for you. Let's observe it. What's it doing? The goo seems to be getting very cold. Oh, I see. So what we can do is, with the communicatortron on board, we can either choose to keep the data or we can choose to transmit it. If we transmit it, we only get a portion of the science that we normally would. If we don't transmit it, then we have to recover the vehicle in order to get the science points, which could be a small problem if the vehicle appears to be imminently crashing. This, I can assure you, is not imminently crashing at this point, so we're going to keep this data. It is, however, plummeting towards the Earth. Jedediah Kerman does not appear to be particularly happy. Oh, well, I say that. Jedediah Kerman appears to be incredibly ecstatic about this situation. I don't know what you've been doing, Jedediah Kerman, or what you think is going on, but you are currently plummeting towards the ground. Well, technically it's towards the water. Either way, at these speeds, that water is pretty much going to be concrete. So this isn't going to be the best situation for you, Mr. Kerman. You have to understand. Okay, we are currently at 5,000 meters. We need to be careful. If we pull the parachute too early, it'll rip off, and it'll be a massive catastrophe. Jedediah Kerman will have died a terrible death. Launch the parachute! Kerman, Godspeed! I can do nothing else for you at this point. It's all up to you, Kerman. Is he going to survive? He's landing upon the shores, luckily enough. He's not actually landing in the water. So we're not going to have to send a boat out to him, which would probably at this point just be a crab catching boat, because, I mean, quite frankly, I don't know if you've seen the Kerbal Space Program as it is, but it's not particularly amazing. It's just making cruddy little rockets like this guy. Look at this rocket. It's so pathetic! But Jedediah Kerman loves it anyway. It's his rocket. He has to love it. And touchdown. The rocket fell over, but nothing exploded. We have recovered the information on board, recover the vessel. Let's see how our flight went. What do we got? We have record of a vessel that survived a flight. We got 0.8 science, which is disgusting. It's nothing. And then mystery goo observation from Kerman's upper atmosphere. We got 9 science. So we got about 10 science. Around 10 science. And we now have 19 total science points. We've recovered all the pieces, and Jedediah Kerman has survived. Apparently gained no XP because he's already the greatest pilot to ever exist. He doesn't need any experience. So yeah. Well, Jedediah, what is this? Debris? There's debris right next to the landing platform. Someone go recover that debris. Jeez. My lord. Okay. So, we've done that. Our next goal shall be to unlock some more pieces. What do we have here? Basic rocketry. Different engines. That's good. We're going to have to do this. Oh, well, okay. Survivability. They say survivability, and I'm thinking that's an important thing, but on the other hand, Jedediah Kerman is the greatest rocket pilot in the world and doesn't actually need some sort of newfangled research about survivability in order to survive a spaceflight. Come on. Spaceflights are easy. I mean, just ask Jedediah Kerman. So we're going to get basic rocketry. Then that'll leave us with 14 science points, which we don't have enough to actually get anything else. Oh, 14.8 science. Science archives. Oh, look, this is all the stuff we've done. We've done a mystery goo. We've flying high reports. Very nice. Anyway. Okay. Administrative building. What is this? Never mind. I don't know what that is. I don't care. I'm not going in there again. Mission control. How do you feel about that? Active. Set a distance of 5,000 meters. Escape the atmosphere. Set an altitude of 26.5 kilometers. Okay. We can do these things. Don't worry. It'll be easy. Mr. Gene Kerman, this will be easy. We're going to launch another rocket. Armed, of course. I mean, piloted. Not armed. Jedediah Kerman is not a weapon. Anyway, piloted by Mr. Jedediah Kerman. And it's going to be completely new. Okay, we still only have the same parachute that we had before, which is very limiting on what we can do. It has to be pretty much stacked right there. It's built to do that. Okay. So we've got new rocket engines. Solid fuel. We have some... Do we have any actual liquid fuel tanks? We do. Okay, cool. So we've got liquid fuel engines, which are very nice. They're much better than solid fuel boosters. Solid fuel is good for getting off the planet. Liquid fuel is good for actually getting into space. It's better at what it does. It's more efficient. Anyway, so what we're going to do is do a stack decoupler right here. This will ensure that the only thing that comes back down is this pod, which is for the best because we don't want to stack too much stuff in there. All of a sudden the parachute could just break. What am I doing? Science. We need the mystery goo containment unit. We are going to take the mystery goo to places it has never been to before. And the communicatortron. Perfect. The command module is completed. Mr. Jedediah Kerman will live in there for the next several weeks as he trains for this mission. You might ask, why does he need to stay in there for several weeks? We just kind of told him to. We don't really have a reason for it. We're just like, it's probably a good idea if you stay in there for a little while. And Jedediah Kerman didn't really understand what a little while means. He's a bit of a strange man. So he decided to stay in there for the next several eons. It's bad. Anyway, he'll be fine. He'll be fine, I swear. Just trust me, it'll be fine. He's got it under control. Okay. So what we want to do is... Oh, we need snap grid for this. So what we're going to do is put on solid fuel boosters to start the launch, which you see me putting on right now. We're going to do a triple solid fuel booster situation. Like that. Okay, see that? That is the triple solid fuel booster situation. Attached to the rocket by 2 girders, which may or may not hold. Questionable. Jedediah Kerman is going to have to figure it out the hard way. Poor Jedediah Kerman. Anyway, we're going to attach some fins to this guy. And these fins will help us to survive, hopefully. And then, so we'll have the solid fuel boosters get us off the ground. That'll be the initial stage. Then we'll stack decouple. And we'll have a liquid fuel system here. that we can throttle up and down. It doesn't have to always be on like the solid fuel boosters. And then once that's out, we'll just eject it, and we'll just have the command pod and Jedediah Kerman just chilling out. Not sure how this is gonna work. Might not work very well. This will be the I don't know. Triple threat surprise? Surprise. Today our rockets sound like ice creams, pretty much. That it has to happen on occasion. So what we're gonna do is save, and we're gonna launch it. It's too heavy. Buzz off. Buzz off, it's not too heavy. Well, then we'll just upgrade the launch pad, I think. I think we should be able to upgrade the launch pad. Do we have enough money? Auto-saved ship. Yeah. Edit launch. New launch missions. So this is the launch pad. We're going to click it. How do we upgrade it? Delete, edit, launch, close, mission flag, astronaut complex. I don't know. Oh, so I just went to the space center. Anyway, there's nothing in there. How do we upgrade this guy? I mean, we can upgrade things. Oh, there we go. You have to right-click it. Anyway, upgrade it to 75,000 upgrades it from 18-ton capacity to 140-ton capacity. Oh, my lord. That is so much better. Science limit, reduced transfer available. Huh. So we can upgrade all of this stuff for crazy stuff. Patched conics visible in map. What does that even mean? Max parts supported 255. Oh, I don't even know. Oh, whatever. So, wow. I just learned many things and I don't know what half of them are. Anyway, we can now launch the triple threat surprise, which is what we want to do. It's really the only reason we're still here, is to launch the triple threat surprise. Jedediah Kerman, you are currently the only Kerman to have been launched into space. How does that make you feel? Terrified? Good. Jedediah Kerman, 2 in 1 day. How do you feel about that? Good. 3, 2, 1, fire! Oh, look at it go. Look at it go. It hasn't catastrophically failed, which is good. It's better than I expected, quite frankly. I expected terrible catastrophic failure pretty much at the moment that we launched. But it hasn't happened. And we're already at like 8,000. Go! Fire! We are going into space! Kerman, we're going in. No! No! I've tried to angle and things have gone terribly wrong. Turn down the rocket. Oh. We need to readjust our positioning. Come on. Come on. Just straight upwards. Launch the rockets. Oh. Well, that didn't go terribly. I thought it would go a lot worse. You still haven't breached the atmosphere yet. We're going to eject that and observe the mystery goo immediately. The goo seems to be getting very cold now. How friggin' astute, Jedediah Kerman. That is a disgustingly stupid report. Kerman, try harder! Okay, how far have we gotten up? 34.7, 0.8, 0.9, 35,000 meters. And we're still not plummeting, which is impressive. I expected copious amounts of plummeting by now. Oh, here we go. There is the copious amounts of plummeting. And we're going to be pointed directly downwards for this plummeting, because I think it's a good idea. I don't know. Oh, look, he's just spinning out of control. Jedediah Kerman, I hope you don't mind about the whole you're going to be spinning out of control thing. But It's gonna be for the best. Trust me. Trust me. Don't trust me. I'm crazy. We're gonna speed this up. His descent is ridiculous in a strange spiraling motion, probably caused by Jedediah Kerman just like sticking his head out of one window and then going to the other side of the craft and sticking his head out of the other side of the window so he can keep watching the same thing he was watching before, which technically the craft only has one window, so there's a small issue there. But still, I imagine that that's what he's doing. We are now about 5,000 meters away from the ground. We have made a world land distance record of 28 kilometers. We shoot the parachute. Has been deployed. Something exploded somewhere. Over there, I think. Some debris hit the ground. And parachute deployed nicely. Jedediah Kerman returns home with mystery goo actually covered all over his body because he got a little inquisitive, started poking the mystery goo. The mystery goo, of course, we don't know what it is. It attached to his hand. In an attempt to get it off, he was flailing everywhere, and it got all over the place, all over the cockpit. Electronics are ruined at this point. We're going to have a stern talking to with Jedediah Kerman about actually touching the mystery goo, because you're not supposed to touch the mystery goo. It is highly corrosive. He's going to need serious medical attention because he has touched that mystery goo. Anyway, success, people. Success. And we land! Jedediah Kerman has survived 3 space flights. That's amazing. I personally didn't expect him to survive 1, but we've done it. We are great. We are amazing. So what have we got? Observation from Kerman's upper atmosphere, +2 science points. Recovery of a vessel that survived a flight, +1 science point. Got some money back for the pieces. And then Jedediah Kerman still has no additional experience. You stinking Kerman. You need more experience, fool! Anyway, with the successful flight of the Triple Threat Surprise, and Jedediah Kerman needing, of course, to go to the hospital at this point because of the terrible mystery goo accident, that brings us to the end of our episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we will once again launch more rockets into space because we kind of have to. It's an incredibly necessary thing for us to do. So yeah, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.